Yeah! Hello and welcome to Jason and Alice at the movies. And here comes Alice right now because you heard her name being called. And that's Alice right there, my sister's dog that I'm watching for the weekend. And she's such a good girl. And we're going to have a good time because we're going to be reviewing two movies we saw. One on Frightflix and one on Netflix, Hayride and Hayride 2, and we're going to let you know if this is the new slasher franchise and if it's worthy of that distinction, too. So take care. All right. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm back with another movie review with Alice and me, my good girl, and this is Jason and Alice at the movies. And you see a bunch of photos here. My sister painted that one, and that's an old photo from the house right there. And we just saw. Come on up, Bass. Come on up, Bass. Hey, up here. Give me a kiss. Give me kisses. We just saw Hayride on Frightflix, and then the new Hayride 2. Well, Hayride from Frightflix came out 2012, and a brand new Hayride 2 came out this year on Netflix. Brand new. And we're going to do a review of it and see if it's a new slasher movie franchise. Now, first of all, Hayride, the very first Hayride, involves this killer, and he gets loose from the cops, and he goes on a killing spree. He goes into the backwoods, and there's this farmer, and he's going to have, for Halloween, he's going to have a haunted hayride, and it's part haunted hayride, part walk-in haunted house. And they talk about this legend of a guy named Pitchfork, a killer named Pitchfork. And, you see the guy that escaped prison, escaped killed the cops on his way to prison. They killed some people, and he's on the loose. And then you see the guy start talking about Pitchfork. And they're around a campfire, and then it goes into a very long exposition talking about the legend of Pitchfork, and it's very long and drawn out. And then after that, they talk about, and then this guy comes out with and he's supposed to be Pitchfork to scare all the campers. They've done that scene a bunch of times in movies, and far better in other movies. Especially, a great example, I think it was Friday the 13th Part 2, they did that. And also, the killer in the movie has a burlap sack over his head, and that's been done to death in and especially Friday the 13th Part 2, where he had this sack on his head with one eye, and it was in a little bit of about half of Friday the 13th Part 3, and then if you remember, he kills the one guy and then he gets the hockey mask, and after that he has a hockey mask in the classic Friday the 13th movies. And basically, it starts out strong with them talking about these legends and stuff like that, but I just end up losing complete interest in the movie, and it does seem like that farmer can pull off a really successful hayride or walk-in haunted. It doesn't look believable at all. He pulls off kind of like a half-ass, and then they just make it more complicated. They put on they talk about the guy's relationship with this girl, the start of the movie. They add they make it more complicated than it needs to be. It needs to be like a really interesting slasher film, and they have too much stuff on it, you just lose interest. Don't you, Alice? You were sleeping the whole time, weren't you, honey? She would like this, except less energy. Huh? Right, Alice? Right, Alice? You good girl. Come on up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, honey. I love you. And, it's just a huge disappointment. And it starts to gain a little bit of momentum by the last 20 minutes, but, it's too little too late. There's no real interest in there. The characters aren't interesting at all. So I'd have to give this a very mild 4 out of 10. It was a real disappointment. Now, Hayride 2 I had higher hopes for I was hoping that'd be better, and in some ways it is better. And it's from another company, and it has a little more style. It shows a lot of footage for the first 10 minutes. Shows a lot of footage from the first one, which I thought was maybe a mistake, setting up the storyline. Oh, I will say the ending of Hayride was a little bit of a surprise to me, but I mean it wasn't enough to really fully recommend the movie. Like I said, a mild 4 out of 10. And like I said at the beginning of the Hayride 2, they show a lot of footage from the first one, and then they go, and then it leads right where the first one leaves off. But I don't want to give anything away. And the killer ends up in the hospital, and it turns into like a redneck version of Halloween 2. Until he leaves, he kidnaps this girl, and then it kind of turns into a redneck version of The Fugitive. There's more stuff going on in here, and they're more focused on the slasher for a while, and then they kind of, like, within the last 35 minutes, they start having more story in there. I mean, I don't know why. Just to complicate and bog things down more. This one is much better. The ending of the last 10 minutes or so are really lame, which hurts the film. I mean, like I said, this one is much better. Has a better look to it. It moves along at a much brisker pace. Because they're both about the same amount of time. Like about, an hour and 32 minutes, I think, for both of them. And this one gets a mild 6.5 out of 10. I would have given it a mild 7 out of 10, but the ending was just, the way it ended was real lame. Now, do I think it qualifies as the next slasher movie franchise? No, not at all. The last slasher movie franchise that I really dug and I really thought was successful was the Hatchet movies. I saw the first one on, my dad saw it too when he was still alive on Utopia when they had FearNet on there. Now if you not Utopia, but free movie pass on Time Warner on the digital cable. Now that's kind of went to hell. All they got now is Disney. Because they used to have, when I first went, they had Disney, FearNet, Fox, Movie Channel where they showed old movies, and Utopia. And they might have had one or two other things. That's where they had a lot of stuff. Now they just have Disney on there. And that's it. And I remember I watched that with Dad, or some of it with Dad. I don't know if he hated it or not, but he didn't really say anything. I didn't see, he didn't watch Hatchet 2 and Hatchet 3 on Netflix, but I did. And the great thing about the Hatchet movies is a lot of times it's really, really funny too. Great horror comedy. And the humor's funny, which is surprising for a movie like that. But I mean, they were really good. And my top 3 favorite slasher films. Number 1 is Halloween 2, the original one from 1981. That's the best one, not Rob Zombie one. Number 2 would probably be Dario Argento's Opera, or Terror at the Opera. That's the United States title. Well, the title in the United States now makes it sound like a wrestling thing. And probably 3 is the original Nightmare on Elm Street. And then, almost a tie with that is the original Psycho, because Psycho was made in 1960, and that was really the first slasher film. And it's so weird because nothing like that came out before, so it's pretty ballsy to make a movie, especially back in the 60s. And it had to have freaked people out, even though by today's standards, you see so much stuff. You see so much violence. I mean, it might seem tame by today's standards, but it still holds up. And that frame-by-frame remake was god-awful. And that's why a lot of the major studios have screwed up, ruined good franchises by remaking them instead of doing like a sequel following the same storyline. They're trying to remake it or just redo the origins. Like Rob Zombie, he had the most success with the Halloween movies. Halloween 1, I didn't mind Halloween 1 that much, but it was so dry, it humanized him too much. And it kind of killed it, but I mean, I didn't hate the first one. The second one was pretty awful. And the second one was a shitty remake of the first one. The second of Halloween 2, the original one, which was awesome. Nightmare on Elm Street was remade, and they really buried that. That was the worst remake of a horror film ever. And then like they remade Friday the 13th, and that wasn't very good either. And it's weird because Paramount put that out. As far as I'm concerned, Paramount should stay away from Friday the 13th movies because I watched a documentary. Paramount was embarrassed by the first 8 Friday the 13th movies, and they didn't want. They were ashamed of them. So I don't think Paramount should have anything to do with them. And then New Line Cinema took over in the early '90s, and pretty much that's about it for Alice and myself on a review of Hayride and Hayride 2. I also wanted to say something. I found out I was talking on Snack Food Appreciation Society about the Diablo sauce, talking about discontinuing it, saying how much I think it sucks. Someone said that on eBay they're selling packets for 50 cents a piece. That's crazy. I'm not going to pay for those packets. I wouldn't. I just wish I would have had. I mean, I had enough to get at least another handful of them. I didn't know that would be the last time I'd ever find to see them. I still got a couple in the fridge, and that's it. Oh well. So I hope you like this video with me and Alice, my girl. So until next time, everybody, please take care, my Legion. And Alice says take care too. But now she leaves the couch. All right. Take care, everyone. Good. Oh, let's see what I got. What it says. Oh, cool. I like what I said. Awesome. All right. Oh, let me see. Take care. Oops, hit the record button by mistake. Yeah, I wanted to introduce a new outro. At least I got one of my younger subscribers asked if he could make me a intro or outro. I'm going to use an outro for my videos, just like Stone Westmoreland. So I said okay, and he submitted today, and I said, well, I'd use it at least in a couple of videos because I make so many videos. I'd probably do in a couple of videos, and then I might do like one video where I do both back to back. And I just wanted to let you know to show it some love. And his name is where's it at? His name at? Wait a second. It is Dat Kid Lowenz Lee. I think that's how you pronounce it. He had a recording to show you how to pronounce it like this. Listen.
Loy Owens L.E.
Okay. Dat Kid Loy Owens L.E. And that's how you pronounce it. And now he said that was his younger brother saying that. So that's kind of cool. And Alice and I just want to ask you to show it some love. So I promised him I'd do at least a couple videos. I do so many videos, and there's a couple videos I already edited that has the old outro in it. So this outro being at least a couple videos, and then I might do one where I have both outros back to back. So please show it some love. Alice and I ask you to. All right. Hope you like it. And he said it was very kind of him to do it, and he said he spent a lot of time on it. So hope you enjoy. Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog. Roof, roof.